Good evening, welcome to Northeast Web Shots. You are watching Northeast Web Shots Evening Daily Bulletin. This is Anudeep Sharma. Here are the headlines of the day. Before that, a very happy Karwa Chauth. Karwa Chauth is a festival celebrated by Hindu women on the fourth day after Purnima in the month of Kartik. It is a festival where married women observe a fast on the fourth day after the Purnima in the month of Kartika. The day coincides with Sankshakti Chaturthi, a fasting day observed for Lord Ganesha. Now coming towards the national news, India's COVID-19 vaccination coverage has crossed 102 crore mark. India's active COVID-19 cases declined to 1,75,745, lowest in 232 days, recovery rate at 98.16%. PM Modi shared his thoughts with the people in the country and abroad in his Mann Ki Baat program on All India Radio at 11 am today. It was the 82nd episode of the monthly radio program. Prime Minister Modi interacted with the COVID-19 vaccine manufacturers in the capital city in New Delhi. The Indian Meteorological Department IMD said that India received 84.8 mm rainfall in October this year against the normal 60.2 mm for the period. Karnataka Chief Minister Vasavaraj Bommai on 23rd of October said 50 crore rupees will be sanctioned for development of Kittur in the current financial year. He declared after paying homage to Kittur Rani Chennamma, who had fought against the British regime in India on her birth anniversary. Kerala MET department forecasts heavy rain along with the thunderstorms till October 27th. An orange alert has been declared in Ernakulam and Idukki districts. Uttar Pradesh government renames Faizabad railway station to Ayodhya Cant. Earlier in 2018, Yogi Adityanath government had renamed Faizabad as Ayodhya. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra launches Pratigya Yatra. The three yatras from Barbanki to Bundelkhand, Saharanpur to Mathura and Varanasi to Raebareli, which will run till November 1st. The yatra will take three different routes in Uttar Pradesh. She promised alone a waiver for farmers if Congress is voted to power. Punjab Chief Minister Charanjit Singh Chani has urged Prime Minister Modi to relook into the matter of extending areas of operation of BSF and restore the status quo that existed before notification of 11th October 2021 so as to enable the Border Security Force and the Punjab Police to work together against the international forces for safeguarding the sovereignty and territorial integrity of India. Notably, the Union Ministry of Home Affairs issued a notification on October 11th extending the jurisdiction of BSF from 15 kilometers to 50 kilometers areas along the international borders in the states of Punjab, Assam and West Bengal. West Bengal 12 trekkers from West Bengal lost their lives in recent landslide incidents in Uttarakhand. The state secretariat said that the trekkers were divided into two groups. A group of 11 people was caught in adverse weather condition and landslides while travelling from Lamkha Pass adjoining Himachal Pradesh border to Chitkul. Bollywood Mumbai cruise drug bust NCB to probe Ananya Pandey, Aryan Khan's accounts, finances of others accused. Ananya Pandey has been summoned thrice by the NCB in relation to the drug bust case and was questioned in relation to her alleged drug chats with Aryan Khan in which the two were reportedly discussing of buying marijuana. The actor has been summoned by the NCB again on Monday for questioning. Now coming towards the defense news, the congressional report stated that besides the US, Russia and China, which possesses the most advanced hypersonic weapons and programs, other nations including India, France, Australia, Germany and Japan are also developing hypersonic weapons technology. Chief of Defence Staff CDS General Bipin Rawat said that China, with the ambition of emerging as a global power, is making deep inroads in the South Asian countries and witnessing geostrategic competition. He said that China has heavily invested in all South Asian countries and in Indian Ocean region, attempting to reduce India's influence. China is trying to engulf India and it is a threat to India's territorial integrity and strategic position. Defense Ministry clears rupees 423 crore deal for Mk-54 torpedoes. Mk-54 lightweight torpedoes are used by US surface ships, fixed-wing aircraft and helicopters and are their primary anti-submarine weapon. Towards international news, Prime Minister Modi thanked Bill Gates for appreciating India on achieving 1 billion vaccine milestone. PM Modi will be visiting Italy and the UK for two crucial summits, the G20 Summit Rome and 26th United Nations Climate Change Conference for COP26 in Glasgow respectively. He will be leaving for Rome on October 28th and will be in the city for the 16th G20 Leaders Summit that takes place on October 30th and 31. Tamil film Kuzangal has been announced as India's official entry to the Oscars 2022. Directed by debutant director P.S. Vintaraj, Kuzangal tells the story of an alcoholic father and his son and the journey to bring back the mother who has left home. The film will compete for the Best International Feature Film for the 94th Academy Awards to be held on 27th March next year in Los Angeles. A 29-year-old California-based Indian origin woman Taki Angela Roy, who traveled to Mexico to celebrate her birthday, was one of the two foreign tourists killed in a shootout between two drug gangs in Caribbean coast resort of Tulum on 21st of October. Riot has been working as a senior site reliability engineer in LinkedIn since July. She was previously employed by Yahoo, the CaliforniaNewsTime.com stated. Singapore on Saturday announced the removal of India and 5 other South Asian countries from its travel restriction list as the Indian state continues to adjust border measures in response to the global COVID-19 situation. Now coming towards the world news, Russia reports record 1,075 COVID deaths in last 24 hours as country gets ready for nationwide workplace shutdown next month, as the authorities get ready to shut workplaces countrywide and lock down the capital Moscow. President Vladimir Putin has already approved a nationwide workplace shutdown. In the first week of November, Moscow will also reimpose a partial lockdown from 28th of October with only essential shops such as pharmacies and supermarkets allowed to remain open. Now coming towards the sports news, Prime Minister Modi has lauded hockey player Rupinder Pal Singh for his contribution to Indian hockey. In a letter to him, Prime Minister Modi stated he had read a post of Mitra Singh where he has announced his retirement from Indian hockey team. PM in his letter highlighted Singh's stellar role in Tokyo Olympics. Rupinder Pal Singh played as a fullback and is known for his abilities as one of the best drag flickers in the world. In badminton, PV Sindhu Samir Verma crashed out in Denmark Open quarterfinals. In women's singles, world number 7 Sindhu bowed out after losing quarterfinals against world number 8 Korean An Seong 11-21, 12-21. Her defeat marks the end of the Indian challenge in women's single in the Denmark Open. Men's singles, Samir retired from the quarterfinals during the second game against Indonesia's Tommy Sugirato. Tommy defended Samir 21-17 in the first game. The shutter retired midway in the second game. Now coming towards the end, COVID update national. India reported a single day rise of 15,906 new COVID-19 cases, which took the COVID tally in the country to 3,41,75,468. According to the Union Health Ministry's data updated today, during the same period, 561 related fatalities were recorded. The daily test positivity rate, number of positivity cases identified per 100, stands at 1.19%, while the weekly positivity rate stands at 1.23%, less than 2% for last 30 days. This much for today. For more updates, keep following Northeast Web Shots. Thank you and good night.